You know the drill. Make sure, warrior, you are subscribed to our channel. We are building each and every day, and I want to get us onto that super highway on YouTube so that we will be circulated more. More of our warriors out there will hear information, take actions, resources, and get with the program, as I like to say. Thank you. Promises made, promises kept. Today is a very exciting, yet sad, a day for America. Today, President Trump signed into law the Laken-Riley Act. Now, I want you all to do a little homework, and the Laken-Riley Act will keep these illegal aliens incarcerated in the United States and held responsible for their crimes against women, girls, boys, men, whatever that case may be. We'll skirt a little bit around algorithms here, but you get the drift. So look that up. This is President Trump's first legislative piece of action, so the first thing he has signed into law. Why this is important, the case of Laken-Riley and all of the girls and women that we've heard about, and you can go to my X account and see something I posted today with pictures. It's very sad. All of these girls and women that were assaulted, is that it shows America, and it also shows these people from other countries that we are no longer accepting any of this criminal action. Enough is enough. This is week 2 of the Trump administration. I cannot believe how many things are happening to clean up our country in a short, less than 2 weeks. It's very sad for me to think. I'm not saying I'm sitting here loving everything about President Trump, but we talk about human slavery, trafficking, all forms of exploitation. You know, it truly is a bipartisan issue that everybody can get on board. Everybody can support women and girls. And the truth of the matter is that's what makes me sad, because they can't. The fact right now I'm saying President Trump, I'm sure many people will be offended too. They cannot separate the good work, which is something I stress right now. I started in 2025, the beginning of the year. One of my goals is every meeting I have, right off the top, I'm going to let people know I am able to separate issues. If somebody who is labeled a Democrat, I don't care for labels, but for shorthand, we'll use them because that's what people use. If a Democrat does a good piece of legislation, I will talk about it and be part of it. If a Republican does a good piece of legislation, I will be part of it and talk about it. If President Trump does something good that will help in this area, I'm going to talk about it, and I'm going to say President Trump. We have to be able to say we're Americans, what is good for our country. It's funny, I'm in the middle of New York City, as most of you know, and I was out early this morning, and 2 different people whispered to me, isn't this, I was in a shop, and they said, you know, isn't this wonderful what President Trump is doing? I'm whispering. And there was nobody really else around, but they automatically were whispering. And that's how we feel. We've been put through the mill, right? Like we have to whisper, we have to hide. Walking outside on 10th Avenue the other day, here on the west side, Hell's Kitchen, I would say he was about 15 with his mom, because I heard him say mom, wearing the red Make America Great hat again. People are coming out of the woodwork, so to speak, freeing up. However, remain vigilant. Remain committed to talking to your kids openly and honestly. I'm working on a newsletter right now about AI, artificial intelligence, artificial generative intelligence. That's the big one, AGI. I want everybody on board for that one. I'll also be joining, I was asked to join a coalition in Washington where we will be getting together to create discussion, guardrails, take actions for parents and family members. This is brand new, so I'll keep you apprised of that situation as we move forward with that. But it's moving fast, very fast. All of a sudden, we had the little chat GPT a little over a year ago. Everybody was crazed for it, thought it was cute. All of a sudden now we're hearing about this Deep Seek. I urge all of you, which is available on the Apple App Store, which Congress was told, a lot of members of law enforcement also, do not put it on your phone, do not use it. This story behind that is it just was launched on America. It's very cheap AI compared to what's breaking here in America. You saw President Trump held a news conference the other day, and he's investing $500 billion. We've got Mark Zuckerberg announcing his $65 billion, millions. You know, the money figures are all floating around. But here's what you're to do. We are to take our wins and be very happy. I am happy for Laken Riley's mother, who was at the White House today with President Trump when he signed that bill. Nothing, of course, can replace her daughter, but at least she saw action in her favor, because the last administration never met with these parents or family members. They never said they were sorry to their faces. Nothing. So it at least gives them a little something, and it shows America that this president means business, means action. So do your homework, Laken Riley Act. Do your homework about AI. Sign up for the newsletter. Go to lynswarriors.org. Scroll down on the right side. E-newsletter, free. And I want to get that out sometime later on tomorrow. And let's start coming together, because after all, our hashtag is Community Creates Change, and really understanding this AI for the sake of our children, our grandchildren, our family members, and get a handle on it, because it's not going away. We're not trying to get rid of anything. It's here to stay. And there are a lot of pluses, for instance, in the healthcare industry, and also for learning, a lot of pluses. So we want to very thoroughly understand what it is, dissect it, analyze it, and come together and talk about it intelligently, right? How we can make it work best for us, for our kids, for society as a whole. And I believe it can be done. If everybody's in on it from the beginning, which would be, right about now, we will all benefit from it. We're going to know the pitfalls. We are a different country than we were a month ago, 2, 3, 4, 5 months ago. Everything's changing so fast. I do believe more people will be on board, be receptive, want to tell their kids, teach their kids about all of this. And it's happening. So let us be the leaders, and let us be the ones to educate our family members, not some strange AI chatbot or something called Deep Seek is the name of this. I just want to make sure I'm, Deep Seek. And I would also suggest our great colleague, Chris McKenna, Protect Young Eyes, and that website is protectyoungeyes.com. He did a very good tutorial. Should you allow your child to have this deep seek? And remember, it just broke. So I bet all of you out there, you barely ever even heard of it or know much about it. And it was just the other day. And the thing about it, it's open AI. So it's allowing anybody to code on it, which that's the scary part. Just come in free for all, I'll say. And with anything good, creative, there's a flip side, right? A lot of bad. So I see this as an open avenue for a lot of those predators. So again, sign up for the newsletter. That's our kicking off point for all of this. Make sure you talk to your children open and honestly. Give them a hug, a safe space. Make sure you're looking at a terrific interview I just did with a colleague of mine, Brian McLean from Alternate Current Radio. I'll be putting up shortly another interview with Jennifer Coffindaffer. You may know her from News Nation, ex-FBI agent, expert witness, Crime All the Time with Jen Coffindaffer, Break the Case podcast also. So lots of people, we are the new media. We've all been here, but for lack of a better word, they're now talking about the new media. That's been around for about 10 years. We're the media. So follow us, join us. You don't have to agree with us about everything, but listen, because I guarantee people like myself, Chris McKenna, Alternate Current Radio, Brian McLean, a Lionel Nation, you're hearing things you're not going to be hearing elsewhere, and you need to think about and start educating yourselves about. And remember, our hashtag is Community Creates Change, and we honor that each and every day, and so should you. And start by waking up each day, getting up and going out and being a warrior. And don't forget, protect all of our children.